senor.
Steve Senor, that was
Yes.
unnecessary.
Yes. What is it? What is it? I don't know. Yo no sé. Yo no sé. I think that's I don't know.
No, je ne sais is like, because je ne sais mañana is you won't see me tomorrow.
Yo no sé. Hold up. You won't see me tomorrow?
Je ne sais mañana is you won't see me tomorrow. So,
How do you say I don't know in Spanish? No sé. No sé.
mm,
Okay. How do you say stop being stupid in Spanish?
ooh,
Deja de ser estúpida. Wait a minute, somebody doing yo, what they saying? They doing Spanish in the group. All right. Deja de ser estúpida. Because I think you need when you saying that you need to emphasize the stupid part.
I can't.
Yes. I'm fixing to hit the God kids with French. Wait a minute. How do you say don't be stupid in French? Oh, this is gonna be a fucked up one. Watch.
Mm-hmm.
The most standard slang ne suis pas ne suis pas. No, that ain't even the French accent.
Yeah, that's not giving me French.
Ne suis pas pas. It's masculine. Don't be stupid. Connaît. Connaît. So con is what? Female? No, con has to be male. Okay, we ain't gonna get too deep into it because I'm fixing to go down the rabbit hole.
Okay.
So I guess I'm gonna have to say it in English and then let the translation go ahead and take over. Because I gotta make sure. Tasha talk about I'm gonna be looking like, huh? What's up? What's up, Tosh? What's up, Humble Pie? What's up, Ilaria? Let's see. Who else we got out here? We got CNAT. Aquaboo. Aqua was trying to help us. She was like, yo no say. I thought, what was I saying? But you did say you corrected me on that yo no say. You said that wasn't right. No, I was saying, what was it D say? But that's how you say. How do you say? We getting it. It's starting to come back to me. But let's go ahead and do English. That seems to be all right.
Let me. How am I gonna?
Let's see. I have been jobless for a bit, and my question is whether the job I'm waiting for and wanting to call me back with good news. All right, sweets. We're gonna get to you in just a minute. I'll make sure I said hi to all my people. Love y'all. Happy New Year. Y'all came in on my Spanish and French lesson and it was horrible. Hey, Justice. Hey, Tatil. Tatil, I ain't seen you in a while, girl. I thought that man had snatched you up and took you to an island somewhere. We ain't seen you on here in a minute.
It is a reunion. Good
It
to see
is
you,
a
Tatil.
reunion. Love
Hello to
French
everyone.
out. Hello, Mary. How you doing, love? Happy New Year. Happy New Year. All right, so y'all already, I shouldn't even have to introduce this man. I
Oh
think
Lord.
because he be on here all the time, y'all. Y'all be asking for him too. When Anthony coming? When Anthony? I'm like, I don't know. Go in Anthony inbox and ask him what he doing. Like I am his go between. So he is here. Now y'all can love on him all y'all want. Y'all can love him to death. What's up, Queen? What's up, Sarah? What's up, Leah? Tatil, you say he be getting on your nerves, girl.
That's how you know I love you, Tatil. If I'm getting on your nerves, that means I love you.
I don't think it's
Are
you. I
you
think it's that man. I think
that
she's talking
man?
about the other man.
Yeah, let's not. You're not gonna talk. Well, Unless you have a question about him, we ain't gonna talk about him.
Tasha up there talking about that's my hoe. She claiming ownership.
Hey, Natasha.
Yeah, Tatil clear that up. She said no, Emmanuel is the one. You know, it's all the men with the angelic names, they be something else.
They be demonic.
They do. All of them with the angelic name. Even Christian. Christian don't be good. Samael don't be good. Michael don't be good. Like all of them named after angels or angelic beings. That's their mama knowing that they was evil when they was born, and they be trying to correct that shit, I think.
And see, it don't help me because I was named after my father who ain't shit. So him being an Anthony and then me being an Anthony was just double trouble. So
Anthony is distinguished though. Anthony, I think, is a very distinguished name. And you a junior?
no, so my first name was my father's middle name.
Gotcha. Oh
Yeah.
girl. Yeah, Raphael too. Raphael ain't right. I done met a couple of Raphaels. Definitely. One of them is in jail, bless his heart. Uh
Ooh.
who else we got? Haniel. Um shit, I got a whole angel deck, and I can tell you if we read with it, a lot of them ain't gonna be right. Pulling
You know, one of them names that always sticks out to me, Ezekiel. Them niggas is always crooked.
Ezekiel sound like somebody that want to like beat your ass and have you cooking bacon in the kitchen. That's what that sound like.
Butt naked.
Oh, Raphael is a curse name too.
See?
Interesting. I think we on to something. I'm waiting on me to try. You know what? I ain't never met one of those yet.
I don't think I want to.
Yeah, I don't think yeah. That definitely I think would be like a That's a
Yeah.
name. It's too much. Oh, Tatil say Ezekiel is her son name. Oh, we laying
Well,
hands.
Cecile,
We laying hands.
this is,
Ezekiel is not gonna be. He ain't gonna be bad. We don't called in some spirit, some good
we got
spirit.
time. We got time to get him right.
We
So
do have time. We definitely
yeah.
got time to say some prayers over him. Ooh, all right, babe. You want to say anything before we get into these messages? Before we deep dive into these? Oh, she said he bad
Um,
too.
well, see, all right, Cecile, we're already going in the wrong direction. Let's steer him back.
It's all right. Ain't nothing holy water can't fix. A little holy water and prayer. You just go ahead, bathe it in and put it in the shampoo. Keep them covered in the holy water.
Lord. But
Just curious though, when you named him Ezekiel, did you know he was gonna be bad? Oh, congratulations, Heather. Jessica say this is my first exposure to the whole tarot. Hold on to your seat. Hey,
buddy,
Vet.
yeah,
Oh,
please
so
pull up a chair, get some snacks.
Tatil says she knew when she named him that he was gonna be bad. I think that's why the mamas be giving their sons them angel names. I truly believe it.
Mm.
I bet the angel come to them in the dream before the baby is even born and say his name is gonna be Ezekiel. I guarantee you that's how it works. Just like they did with
Now
Jesus. His name
she
gonna
said
be
all he
Jesus.
does is fight. I'm scared.
His dad is Haitian. Oh.
Oh well, okay. That kind of makes sense.
Yeah, we can end on that. Now we understand.
Yeah. We we see you.
Well, you know what? To tell holy water might not do nothing for that, babe. I don't
Mhm.
think. Yeah, Haitian blood.
Yeah.
And the Haitians in the comments, they know it too. They gonna say a different prayer for you tonight for Ezekiel.
Hmm.
Okay, let's get into it. Let's get into it because I don't want to miss the Nika. Nika said I always try to talk to my friend Charlie that died. Does he ever hear me? Yes. The first thing that I got when I looked at your message was a mediumship connection. Now, mediumship can take some time to develop, But the first thing that I felt was that you were either an empath or you were a medium. Let me look at that real quick.
Mhm.
Because before I even read the question, I was kind of like, and I think a lot of us this year are going to see some spiritual growth, like some major spiritual growth. So be prepared for that. Mika with her friend. Any guidance, spirit, any guidance. First card that comes out is Heavenly Helper. That's a connection to spirit. That's a connection to people who have crossed over. It looks like that you and this person actually may have been karmic connection, which means that you might see this person in another life. If you believe in reincarnation, or whether you believe in being born again and coming in with a soulmate or a karmic, um, it looks like there's some type of pack. Now, it's not showing soulmate connection, but it is showing a karmic connection, which means that you may have some unfinished business with your friend. So if you're talking to him, absolutely yes, you do have a connection with him. Um, and I feel like that if you want to expand on that, you're going to have a lot of other spirits that come in. So be careful if you are just trying to connect with one spirit. You know how some people just get curious and they want to open up the mediumship, or they're doing the Ouija boards or things like that because they have one person in mind that they want to connect with. I feel like because you're gifted, you can bring in a lot of dead. You can bring in, so make sure that you're creating sacred space when you're talking to your friend. You know, get you something that is warded and protected, and make that like your meditation area where if you want to talk to somebody on the other side, you can. And then also send them away when you're done, because I'm feeling like your space needs to be cleansed, because there's something more than your friend that's in your space. So when you get done, send them away. Ring a bell. Like, you got to go on. It's been cool hanging out with you, but you got to leave. And that's not to scare you. Spirits are all over the place. So it's not like they're not everywhere already. But if you don't want extra spirits in your space, because you're going to start feeling heavy, you're going to start feeling a little bit depressed. And it's going to be because of some extra energies that are there. I hope that helps you. But yeah, your friend does hear you.
Um, Whitney Nicole, my kid's father and I are finally getting along again. Will we get back together? I got a yes here. With the yes though, there comes that you guys are gonna have to make sure that you focus on making sure your communication is clear and concise with one another. And as long as the communication is clear and concise, the connection is going to help the two of you grow and become, better with one another. But then also, it'll also be like a really good example of like how to communicate for for the children. So I'm not sure if communication was part of the reason why you guys kind of drifted apart in the first place, but for whatever reason, it's definitely saying that there's a recovery to communication here, which is allowing the relationship to come back together and pick up kind of where it left off.
All righty. Let's see. CNET. I think you were asking, hey Amber, I love you too. And Purple People Eater, we were talking about the bell the other night. Hey Vacay. All right, so getting to CNET. It does show reconciliation with you and Kofi. Um, it doesn't show that this is a love thing. Um, So if you are just bringing this person back in as a friend, it looks like that is going to work. I see somebody wanting to give their friendship a try, but I also see a money aspect over it, where this could be um opportunity. Whether this is him coming somewhere down the line with an opportunity for you, or you coming somewhere down the line with an opportunity for him. It feels like something that brings in some type of financial connection. Now, even though I see it as a friendship, chemistry is on top of this. Now, you don't Netflix and chilled with a friend. We only friends. We only gonna be friends or whatever. Next thing you know, somebody start putting their foot under your leg. Then they start leaning on your shoulder, then your lips find their lips, and then, fingers kind of, move places that they don't typically be. The passion card is there, which makes me think, given the opportunity, Kofi might go for what he know. The only thing that I get with it is that there's a control aspect with it. So I don't know what that means. Is that like, okay, I just want to be your special friend and every now and then we fuck? Or let's just get this out our system and fuck and then go back to be friends. The chemistry is crazy. So I think somebody's going to get caught up with the chemistry, but it doesn't turn into a relationship. So if you want to be friends and give up a little booty, and I think y'all just need to make sure that y'all, okay, we have good chemistry. I know him for 13 years. Okay, 13 years, there could be a little pokey pokey that come in with that. I mean, and you're facing it. You're facing the pokey pokey. So you're open to it. But it's not supposed to turn into, okay, you're not interested in dating him again. Okay, then don't let him poke. Don't let him poke. But I feel like there's gonna be some major buildup. Like it's gonna get hot. Somebody gonna need some cold shower. And if it ain't gonna be you, then it's gonna be him. But I know you're doing a lot of talking about you not interested and you ain't gonna do it and everything. That passion and that chemistry card sitting on top of each other is making me think that somebody gonna get got. And I mean, we'll talk about that when it happened, because you're gonna gossip and let me know. You're gonna message me and let me know you got.
I'm just gonna go on record and say that for 2026, we're just gonna call it Pokey Pokey, and we're not gonna call it anything else.
Crack a
That's
lacking,
just
pokey
it's
pokey.
no, it's just Pokey Pokey.
It's
That's
just
what it
pokey
is.
pokey.
Like I'm gonna start hitting up, my friends. Did you get poked last night? Like that's just what it's gonna be going forward.
Hey.
Yeah. Um. All right. I know I don't know how to read some of these names because I grew up in the trenches. I think it's Elora. I think that's how you say it. Elora 8888. I think that's how you say it. Any messages or guidance from spirit for me? It's a YouTube question. Um, Spirit basically saying like you are in this position right now where you can call in all kinds of money if that's what you want to do. Like I feel like if you have a goal that you're trying to reach or there's something you're trying to achieve, if money is a part of it, you can literally call in the money. Like Spirit is saying the money is sitting there and it's waiting for you to say, hey, I need X, Y, and Z amount to achieve A, B, and C. And once you literally do that, the money is going to find you. So being in this position right now, the world is your oyster. Like whatever it is that you are trying to achieve, trying to, bring us to fruition, all of that is possible because if money is the thing that is stopping it or holding it up, Spirit is just saying all you have to do is ask and you'll get it. Also, excuse me, the thing with the money that's coming in, there's also money that's coming in for you that is to help you outside whatever these goals are. So like there's money that's coming in to elevate you and push you up, and then there's money that's also coming in for like savings for a rainy day to where like just in case anything may happen, you'll also be okay. And with that, you need to understand that you're supposed to basically take what you have and turn it into what you need because the money that's coming to you, you're gonna be fine. So if you don't really need anything in that moment, taking what you have will then turn into how can I help these people or how can I help this type of person or whatever like that. You're basically going from focusing on you to focusing on your community or your surrounding area network, something like that. Is something with that in mind. But again, the finances are there. You just got to ask for them.
Hey Shonda. Let me see. I think it was Ashley. Ashley, let me go back up and see your last name because I think we had a couple of Ashleys. And then I need to go back to the one that I was going to start with at the very beginning that we kind of talked over.
Mm.
Ashley Jackson. About the job. What I love about your cards, 10 of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles. a big job opportunity that brings in money, which is good. So it looks like that you absolutely have a good job that's coming in. There is an issue though. You have a king of swords, um, which is very narcissistic energy. This could be somebody at that job that kind of feels like they run it. You might need to maneuver, and I don't want to be like, because if you're starting it or you're going to start somewhere, I don't want you to stress or worry about it. There's an asshole in every job. It just is. So I think spirit could be warning you that this is a good paying job. Focus on what you're doing, focus on the money, and don't worry about who this asshole is. The King of Swords, though, is a person that we talk a lot. We're air signs. We talk a lot. We think we know everything, and we definitely could be narcissistic. I think if you go into it with that mindset that you could be connecting with somebody like that, you'll be able to navigate them a little bit better. Because at the end of the day, don't let them, affect your money or your opportunity that you have coming in. But it looks like you do have a really great opportunity coming in within the next month or the next 2 months.
Oh, Sarah Renee, any messages from Spirit for me? I'm trying to get one more card for you. Give me 1 second. One more card, please. Or 1,000 cards. Thank you, Spirit. Um, I definitely feel like Spirit is pushing you out of your comfort zone. Spirit is saying where you are right now is holding you back, and therefore you need to move or leave from where you are right now. This could be work. This could be the current city you live in. Could be the current state you live in. But Spirit is definitely saying like where you are is keeping you confined, and because you are being confined, you're not meeting your full potential. Spirit definitely wants you to take action into moving into where did you want to be. You could have been feeling like you wanted to move. You could have been feeling like you wanted to leave where you are. And so I feel like this is definitely your sign that's going to resonate with you that says go to where you are. Because the thing about it also is once you get to where you're supposed to be, there is this strong energy of manifestation that's going to be attached to you, but ironically, also, while you are being in this state of manifestation, you are also very much being an ice queen. Like, I feel like this is basically spirit saying to you, like, you have to leave where you are to kind of like toughen up, to kind of like strengthen your outer exterior. Because with everything that's about to come to you, once you make the move, once you make the change, you're really going to see like who's for you, who's not for you, who's just around it to get what they can get from you. So, let me know how that goes. I definitely feel like you definitely are going to be moving, but I'm not sure exactly when or where. But if you want any more information, please just hit me up.
Okay, so Lunar Lavender Goddess, about the job. So here's the thing. You got a lot of depression, stress, overwhelm. The energy is really, really heavy. And it makes sense because you said you've been jobless for a while. Um, there's a lot of barriers and delays with that energy, which means you need to cleanse it. I don't know when is the last time you did a spiritual bath. If you did do a spiritual bath recently, then you might want to hit it for a few days, like 3 days, 5 days, 7 days, because it looks like there's some heavy gunk that needs to be out the way for things to open up for you, because it looks like something just put a brick wall in front of you. Um, I also get that there's something with this job that it looks like your education or your skill set might not be up to par with what they're looking for. I wouldn't give up on it though. If you've already put in your resume, I would do a spiritual cleanse. And then what I would start doing is dominating the position. The easiest deity would probably be Saint Martha the Dominator to work with, and you can find her novena online. You can literally Google it, and they'll tell you her day, her offerings, and her novena. But I feel like because they're looking at you like you don't have all the skill set that they want, because I see competition around this job. So I think if you can dominate it and push it your way, you might have a better chance at this. But you do need to do a spiritual cleanse first. Because there's something, I don't know if somebody sent this negativity towards you, but it definitely is showing you've been blocked, like your roads have been closed. And you need to open your roads back up to make this job even be open for you, if that makes sense. So cleanse first, do some dominating work. I don't know when you're waiting for the call back, because I'm definitely getting ace of spades on top of it and job loss, which means that if they were to call you back without you cleansing yourself, it may be like we don't have a position available right now. Do the cleanse as soon as you can, even if it's just salt water. Do the cleanse as soon as you can, and I feel like that's going to start moving some stuff out your way. All right, sweets. I hope that makes sense.
Um, Matthew Royale, any ancestor messages, and was my offering accepted for some work I did a day or so ago? The offering was accepted. I definitely got that it was accepted. As far as the spirit messages, though, I don't know if you are currently like talking to somebody or somebody's trying to talk to you, like get to know you better, definitely get you like on that alone time, one on one type of attention. But Spirit is definitely saying you need to make time, like to get to know this person. You need to make time for this person. Because if you don't make time for this person, literally in the heart of the cards that came out for you, you have the tower. And the tower basically here with these cards is saying, if you don't make time for this person, we're gonna knock you down to where all you have is time for this person. Because on the other side of this tower, you're literally moving fastly towards this person. When you're moving fastly towards this person, you have the Knight of Wands and the Lovers here. So I kind of feel like this person might be like divinely guided towards you. This might be divine timing, something of that nature, soulmate, could any of those things. But Spirit is saying to you, find a way to make time for this connection. Because if you don't, we're gonna find time for you.
That's typically the way that it goes, too. If you don't do it, they make it happen. All right, so let's see. Shakira, happy birthday, Cappy. Or did you say for your month of February? So what would that make you, Pisces? Depending on where you're falling. Um, for your birthday reading, it looks like you have opportunity that is coming in this year. I see a couple of older males that are looking at you. This could be boss, this could be like supervisor, manager. You could have somebody that's saying that they're going to open up a new position for you, because I feel like there's opportunity to grow. And I see definitely your ancestors are trying to bring in more stability. The problem I get is a thief around you that could end up causing job loss. Be careful of somebody that you work with. I don't know if you are dealing with money, handling money, but there's a thief in the midst. And I feel like that somebody is a thief and a liar, which could be that somebody steals something and then they put it on you, or they try to cause a problem for you, because I get some type of confusion, which makes me think there's a thief, but the people don't know who the thief is. So be really careful, because I see a little bit of stress about that. Anything that is a value that you take to work, your phone, your purse, or whatever, just kind of make sure that you keep up with that. You put it in a place that you feel like it's safe. Um, there's some delays with a job that's coming in. You could be asked to get some more certification, or this could be on the job training, which makes me think that you might be offered a job that they're like, okay, but you need to learn a little bit more. You need to learn some more, have some more knowledge about it before we move you into this. Sickness is also on top of you moving into the end of this month in February. This could be a cold. But I feel like it's coming from somebody around you at work. And I know you work in the hospitality industry, so that could be anybody. So make sure that you're taking your vitamins, and if you can mask up, mask up. Looks like recovery is on top of it, but it does look like some nasty bug that's going around. Might hit a few people.
I'm sorry, who was that you just read for?
Shakira, Shakira Heath.
Uh, Shakira also, I don't know why, but that energy too is also you got a sugar daddy coming your way, and you a part of the loss or the thing being stolen is if you're not paying attention, you're gonna fumble that sugar daddy. But that sugar daddy wants you to be his sugar baby.
She got a whole husband. But I
Oh,
guess you can still have a sugar daddy with I mean, ain't like it stopped. Nobody in the past.
I'm thinking that he gonna help pay the mortgage. You know what I'm
I
saying?
mean, I do
Like,
see a lot of old men around her. It's two old white men that like her, and I mean, she got a couple of older men that's coming in. She popular with them old dudes, so I mean, sugar daddy definitely is the right energy.
yeah, it's something there about like if you don't, he's just gonna move on to the next person, or someone else is gonna come in to like take him away from you, which is
Girl, you better go home and talk
yeah.
to your husband and talk about we got a sugar daddy.
That's literally what I would do. But
Yes, we got a sugar daddy. Like you want some steak, act right. I'm gonna be home a little bit later tonight. I gotta smile for my sugar daddy a little bit longer.
yeah, because like honestly, whoever this man is, like he's 100% not interested in sugar. It's just literally like, let's go out. I have these meetings that I go to or these events that I go to, and I would rather you just be like on my arm. But I also feel like wherever he is, it's not where you live. Like he may be in that area, but like the events and stuff that he wants to go to is very much like out of town. Like it's not like you're gonna be somewhere. Someone be like, because ain't her man, like, ain't she like? It's not gonna be like that type of energy. It's literally like, oh, we're going, like 2 towns over or 2 cities over, or like even to the next state because he has like this medical conference or something. It's this, 1,000 plate dinner, and he just wants you to come with. Like it's
But
that type of energy.
Hubby could be the bodyguard. They could even get him a uniform. Like he could dress in
Yeah,
all black.
I mean, he could be the driver for that night
There you go. We
and
worked it
get
out,
paid for it
Shakira.
as well.
We and
Daily day.
if you need a film, if you need a female chaperone or whatever, I'll even come too. I'll come too. Long as I get some food, you ain't got to pay me. I want to go to the nice restaurant, and give me some food. Let's make
Look,
this a sugar baby franchise.
I'll be the assistant. I have the clipboard and the pen and the earpiece. Tell me,
Hey,
they're coming
we
right
mess
now. They're coming
around,
right
have the
now.
whole Friday Night Live up there talking about we got Shakira coordinates. she she turning on this street. She going into this building. Shit, we making a whole operation. Shit. With sugar daddy with no sugar. Goddamn. Woo, child.
And he's been watching you for a while.
I see them too. It's a bunch of old men. There's a bunch of old men around her.
Mm.
And the good thing too, they all in their king energy, which means these some dudes with money. Like they not upside down. They in the upright. They standing in their power. They have stability, and they got some coins. So they ain't bullshitting with you. When they say they got some coins, they got
Mm-mm.
some coins.
And they literally just trying to spend it on you, whoever they are.
Jessica say I need to learn her ways. I know that's right. Show me the way.
um. So I pulled for Brooklyn Cartel. She said, Jasmine, will I find and keep work soon? Need to bring in more money. So I got to guess that you will find work soon. But Spirit is also saying the purpose of this break in between work was that you were supposed to be resting. And the purpose of the rest is because what's about to come your way is going to keep you very busy. So they want you very well rested, very much re energized, focused, and understanding that you are like, whatever this position that's coming in, it's very much aligned with what you want to do, how you want to grow, all that other stuff. Because your final card that came out was the Magician. You literally have everything you need to be successful in this role. So understand, like right now, if you are like things are dire, get out of that mindset, get out of that energy, and be like, what is for me is coming towards me. I'm coming towards it, and just rest, rejuvenate, recuperate, re-energize, and then when it gets to you, you'll be good.
Okay, let me see. I pull for somebody, and I know it has something to do with a Roderick. Let me go and
That's
see.
another name of a no good nigga. I'm sorry.
Oh, well, that is true. I will agree with that too. And Roderick typically is DL energy also. It's a lot of Roderick's that are DL. I hate it if you out there and you Roderick, but it's a lot of DL Roderick's. I don't
And
know why.
let me tell you, these size 15s that I have, they DL.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Kimberly. Let's see what Roderick is. Now, Kimberly, I ain't saying your Roderick is a DL. I ain't saying that. I ain't saying it. Let me be clear. I ain't saying that in your Roderick. But I do get a little bit of confusion. Here's the thing. When you ask if he's the one for you, it looks like there's a soulmate connection. And that's probably why it does feel like it is the right energy for you. The problem that I'm getting is this person right now, he may in the future be more what you want, but I'm getting a lot of confusion on this person. Um, I get that, yeah, I feel something for this person, but then it's like I want to pull back. Then it's like I want to work on this relationship, but then the card that is basically like looking for soulmates is like, but I'm still looking for the right one. So you could be right in front of his face and be like everything that he wants, but there's something in him that still makes him think that there's another person out there for him. And that may be something that he has to go through, grow up, and then come back around to you. Um, I see that he is attracted to you. I see the chemistry is there, but I feel like this he sabotages a lot because he's looking for something else. It's weird whenever you read somebody and you see that the soulmate is right there in front of their face, and this person is kind of like, "When is my soulmate coming?" And I'm like, "Well, they right there." No, they not. That's not what I. That ain't the soulmate I want. Now we do have multiple soulmates, and in fairness, you don't have to be with a soulmate that you don't want. Some people don't even see it, and I feel like for him, he knows that there's a connection with you two, but there's a part of him that still wants to look. And I'm not sure how long you want to give him to figure that out. Is that a year of him trying to figure out that you're the one and that you're supposed to be with him or he's supposed to be with you? Or is it 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years? Like you might be meeting a whole nother soulmate by the time he comes around. So the playing games, I can get that where you may feel that way because it is showing there's a part of him that doesn't know what he wants. He still thinks he's looking. So I don't know. I don't know how much energy you're willing to give him to kind of come to that conclusion. Some soulmates get there, some soulmates don't. And it's showing that there may be a connection, but how you going to work on that if you looking somewhere else and you don't see the person right in front of you? I don't know. You're going to have to decide, baby. You're going to have to put a time limit on it, or either talk to him like, look, there's something wrong with you. Like, I'm right here, fool. I'm right here. I'm your love. I'm the love of your life. Stop fucking around. Stop looking around. And he might be thinking you crazy. I don't know. But I mean, that's the truth of it. But if he doesn't want that connection, if he's not ready for that connection, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. And you'll have to make a decision based off of that.
But we're not saying that he DL. We're not saying that.
No. He ain't confused because he into men. Let's be
Yeah,
clear.
no,
Let's be clear.
no, he's not. Um, Jean Devereaux, you want it says, may I have a general reading, please? Spirit is definitely saying that this is definitely the end of you've kind of been like in this anxious state. You've been living on pins and needles. And Spirit is saying this is the end of that. That needs to be no more. You're also getting a call to sort of be creative, be inspired by the things that inspire you to create something, but you receive those downloads, those messages at nighttime. And Spirit is saying you need to start keeping like a notebook by your bed so that when you wake up from the dreams or when you wake up and you have this, because you have this thought and this idea, you need to start writing them down. because again, they're coming in from, could be, ancestors, spirits, whoever it is that you work with. I'm also kind of seeing something about you possibly like kind of being a witch, but you don't think that you are, but you have a very strong, powerful um sorceress in your bloodline. And I think that's who's like sending you the messages. And this sorceress is just saying to you, like, hey, I'm not gonna keep sending you what I'm sending you if you're not gonna do anything with it. And so I feel like what's being sent to you is like you can turn this into whatever you need to turn it into, but you just ignore it because you're just like, oh, I don't understand what this is for. You do understand. You just think that if you do what it is that you're supposed to do with the information you're being given because you don't want to practice, but that's not the same thing as practicing. So spirit is saying take the information, write it down, find a way to, bring it into the 3D, and that's all they want for you to be comfortable. They don't want anything else of you that you don't want to do.
Are you
Okay, I'm
done?
done.
Oh, I thought you.
Yeah.
It looked like you had something else that was coming out. I ain't want to. I ain't
No.
want to mess up your flow. Let's see, Kanika.
Thank you.
Kanika, why am I always so sabotaging? Okay, so this is gonna be a little deep, and I think you already know this because I think we brought this out before. You have a lot of underlying anger, and you're pushing it down. You're suppressing it, and then part of the issue too is that you keep trying to be what other people want you to be. You gonna be pissed off doing that. You gonna be pissed off. It's bad enough we got to go to these jobs and we got to act a certain way so that these people will give us these promotions and do all that shit. Then you got to go out on a date with somebody and pretend that they're the best thing since sliced bread because you're trying to get to know them. Then we have our persona with our friends or our people. A lot of people do that. At some point, just let all that shit go. Let it all go because it's showing you're afraid, one, of being seen for who you really are. You're also afraid of success and it stresses you out. The Fool card is showing that you're so stressed out and afraid of success and what the future can bring for you that you literally keep making bad decisions on purpose. So you're self-sabotaging on purpose. It has something to do with masculine energy that goes all the way back for you. So this could either be a father figure, this could be a man in your life. There may also be issues with masculine energy or men or aggression, and that might be why you're suppressing yourself. A lot of times women are kind of be soft, be nice, be quiet. Fuck that shit. Sometimes you got to roar. You got to let some stuff out. You got to let that shit out. Women are not always dainty. We're not always nice. We're not always accommodating. And there's nothing wrong with being seen the way you really are. The other morning, I walked outside looking like a fucking troll doll in my moo. And my moo is see through. And I was out there feeding the cats, and people was outside, and I didn't give a shit if they saw my ass through the moo. I didn't give a shit if they saw me looking like a troll doll. I just didn't give a shit. I honestly just did not give a shit. And I didn't feel no kind of way about it. And I think that's where women start, and I don't think it's just women. I think men do the same thing. I think that when they're not allowed to be who they are and express themselves the way that they want, whether they're too masculine or too feminine or whatever, they keep pushing that shit down because it makes them feel that they have to do that. And then where's your place? Because all I see is somebody being fake. I see somebody who's scared to heal. I mean, we could go deep. I could click off of me and you could talk all night about this shit, but I'm telling you, this is the last year you need to do this. This is the last year you need to do this. You have success on the other side of this bullshit. And if you are going to allow fear to keep you fucking up your life, and that's what it is. Fear is making you fuck up your life. It is. And it happens to all of us. So I don't want it to seem like I'm just hard on you. It happens to all of us. We get
Hmm.
in these modes where it's like, I'm scared. I'm scared to go for this job. I'm scared to move to this city. I'm scared to move to this state. All of that is valid. But if you don't do it, nothing changes. Absolutely nothing changes. And that's where you're at. The thing about it though is your brain is making you fight against each other. It's almost like spirit is pulling you forward, but your brain is like, nah, let's stay here and fuck it up. And that shit is stressing you out. It's making you cry. It's breaking you down. It's making you not feel a part of the communities. It's actually alienating you. And that is scary because then we got to worry about you because then we're gonna be looking for you on Friday. Where's Kanika? Where is
Hmm.
she at? Because we don't want nothing to happen to you. But babe, this might be time to really look into a life coach or a therapist or a spiritual advisor and somebody that works with you to keep you moving forward. Because on the other side of this is some amazing stuff. You can't see it because your brain is not allowing you to see it, but it's there. It absolutely is there. It's showing new movement, new people, new adventure. And I see a lot of crying, which means that this is heavy. This is a lot. So I'm not being here's the thing. I'm not trying to be hard on you at all. I don't read fluff. I read to be productive, which means that if I let you stay in this energy and don't tell you the truth, I'm going to feel bad if at the end of 2026 you're still there because I didn't tell you the truth. But you already know it. Deep down inside you already know why you're self-sabotaging. You already know it. So now that we honest with each other, let's go ahead and start fixing it. Let's go ahead and start working it out. All right, sweets, I love you. I want to see you get to the other side of these cards because you deserve it. There's some beautiful things there. There's success, there's money, there's love. You deserve all of that. Every single part of it. 2026, we can't let you stay stuck in this energy. And if you come here every Friday asking me the same question, we're going to keep doing this until you hear me. All right, my sweets, I love you.
Speaking of heavy, so you went outside in a see-through moo.
I sure was. I didn't give a shit. I don't know if it's part of me getting old or what. I just really didn't give a shit. I was in my yard. What they gonna do? Call the police on me for indecent exposure in my own yard feeding cat? I just didn't give a shit.
So, for those of you, at home watching with your snacks and your families, if you've never met Mambo in person, then you don't understand that, like, that derriere, that rump
I
is.
knew you was gonna go there. I knew you was gonna go there to the cake. The cake be caking. They got a free.
Baby,
They got a.
it's.
They got a free. They got a free show that morning.
Let's be very clear. Again, that rump roast back there, because I'm literally just talking about one cheek. One cheek is like two Christmas hams just sitting up. So then the other cheek is another two Christmas hams sitting up. When I tell you baby got back, baby got back. Like she got back. So
Anthony,
understand. No, because
move. Oh.
had your neighbors called the police on you, it would have been warranted because that's a deadly weapon.
If they know what's good for them. If they know what's good for 'em, they leave me the fuck alone. They will leave me alone. But now, seriously, y'all, we gotta. I know there's
Yeah.
I know there's certain energies where we have to play the game. I get that. I really do. I'm 58. I've been here a long time. So I understand the spaces that we have to play the game. But you also owe it to yourself to really be who you are.
I
You
agree.
you really do. And people will love you for that, or you'll meet the people that will love you for that. Not everybody loves me where I'm at. And that's cool. They're not my people. I'm all right with that. But I don't want to be fake.
Yeah,
What y'all see is what y'all get. If y'all really come over here, hang out with me, this is exactly what you're gonna get, which I love. And
100%.
anybody who's met me can attest to that. So I think this is the year. Let's just be free and be who we need to be. That's gonna be the motto. All right.
And it is. It is. 2026 is designed to be a year of completions because it equals 10. And so if you have been stuck in some kind of cycle or just, in some kind of rut or something, spirit literally is like, all right, this is the year for you to get out of it. Because if you don't get out of it this year, going forward, even if you feel like my worst year was 2023 or whatever, it's gonna get 100 times worse going forward after this year.
Mm-hmm.
So we have to close out these cycles, stop repeating these self-sabotaging, tactics and things because it's stopping us from getting to where we're supposed to be.
We're gonna get there. We no man left behind this year. No man left
I'm
behind.
with you. I'm with you.
Look, Aquamoon say
Um,
stand. Aquamoon say stand up.
Trust me, y'all don't want her to do that, but okay.
Shit, I said I was gonna get on my squats this year too, so I ain't even did that yet. We gonna get on these
I'm gonna
squats.
be real honest. If
Ooh,
you start doing squat, I will start doing squats with you, but I'm gonna be very clear. I know my progress is not gonna be like your progress, so yeah.
whatever. Anthony, choose somebody. Pick a name. Pick a name.
So I picked Tatil because that's our girl. Um, she said I just reconnected with my childhood friend. He's a doctor now. He wants to go on a date. I want to know if I should because I know Emmanuel be stalking me. He's not letting me go. So here's the thing:
Ooh.
we told you last year what to do to get rid of Emmanuel. 100%, multiple times. So the fact that I feel like you kind of haven't done it is spirit is leading me to believe that it's not that you like Emmanuel in that kind of way. It's just that you like the attention that is attached to Emmanuel that he gives you, even if that attention might be a little toxic. So spirit literally could have sent this childhood friend who is now a doctor in to be like, hey, look, there is something better than Emmanuel out there. But until you come to the conclusion that you don't want what Emmanuel is offering you, you're going to stay right there with Emmanuel.
Mm.
So you have to come to this place where you're just going to be like, do I want to stay here? Because again, it's what I know. It's easier to be here than to figure out what's out there. And I'm, a creature of habit as well. Sometimes I don't want to go and do the work. So I get it. But the times where I've pushed myself out of my comfort zone and actually went out there and did the work, it was just a beautiful thing. So the choice is up to you. If you really want to, get from under Emmanuel's energy, we've been told you a cut and clear, this and that. Like we inbox Mambo, inbox me. We literally hit you with it multiple times when you've gotten readings right here on this channel on what it is that you should do. So if you really want to do it, hit us back up so we can, tell you what it is so that you can move forward with this doctor friend if that's what you want to do. But until then, you're gonna be right where you are. And I mean that with so much respect and love.
I mean, you know what? No, I'm gonna shut up. No, that was a good read. That was a good read. Um, I don't need to add nothing to it that ain't already been saved. Let's see, Malika. Will your business venture be successful and will it be prosperous this year? Malika with her business. Okay, so the first thing that I'm definitely getting, it looks like it's the right fit. I don't know what's going on with the marketing and the promoting, but I keep hearing that you could do more. So I don't even know what type of business it is, but I keep feeling like spirit is saying you could do more. So they might be even leading you to a situation where you're putting a little bit more of your money into promoting and marketing the business. I do hear work on your budget. Um, don't overspend. Like, some people buy too much product and then they have to try to move it. I hear really look at what is moving for you, what is working for you, and then stick with that. And then it looks like expansion is coming. So it looks like it is going to be a good year. You got to get more focused. You got to run it like a business, and stay on top of it. It's showing something that is growing. So I think at this point, it's saying market promote, put it out there a lot more, focus on growing, and you're going to see the expansion come in. There's more money that's coming to you this year. But I feel like don't get distracted, don't get pulled all over the place, because if you do, it's going to knock you out. And it's going to take you a little bit for some reason to get your momentum back. So Spirit is like, really go into it like I'm running this like a business. And we're going to go ahead and make sure that we stay on top of our budget, on top of our spending, on top of the money that's coming in. And I think you're going to do really good, babe.
Um, Aqua Moon Cosmetics, next 3 months, new love reading. So I don't. It's not bad, but no, that's not what I'm going to say. It's not bad for your first month. So I guess this would be February. February, you're very much in this energy of walking away from people who don't know what they want or people who are moving too slowly. So it's like people who are either like, I'm right here with you, but I'm kind of also seeing what else is out there. Like, that's not what you want. That's not what you want to. Um, March, you have finding this balance between love and everything else. So I feel like March is saying business and everything like that is going to pick up. It's going to be busy, but you also have to find that time for putting yourself out there when it comes to love. Now, April is a thing because April, you literally have a decision that has to be made. But on top of the decision, there is a connection that comes in, and it's literally the start of a really good connection. The thing of it is, though, this connection again, you kind of have a decision that you have to make because the decision is attached to the two of swords. So it's like it's kind of a double-edged sword in a way. Like you can do this, but this is going to be the outcome, or you can do this, but this is going to be the outcome. Somehow, some way, somebody's going to get hurt. But ultimately, you have the Nine of Swords clarified by the Fool. So I feel like if you are stressing out, feeling like I have all this stuff to give and there's nobody here to give it to, you kind of have to get out of that mindset because Spirit is saying you being in that mindset is attracting the wrong people. So the more that you are in a state and place of being receptive for the kind of man or woman, I'm not 100% sure, you want to bring in, then Spirit can bring that person into you. But as long as you are in this space of, mm, in, you're going to continue to get and type of people. So be sure in what it is that you want so that that's what they can bring towards you. Okay, I'm done.
Okay, let's see. Matthew, I haven't seen your question, but it could be, I mean, it's moving fast on my part. So I'll go back up.
Matthew,
Are you seeing Matthew? Are you seeing Matthew's question?
I answered Matthew's question.
Okay, okay. Because I was like, I don't see it. Tam, I'm gonna answer real quick. It looks like yes, money is still coming in January at the most February, but I feel like you need to call and keep checking in on top of them because it looks like money is already there. But Rach, you're the one that I actually pulled. So you were asking, I've been feeling off lately. I cleansed, I still don't feel right. Are you cleansing your environment? Not just your body. Are you cleansing your space? Let me go all the way down so I can see your answer. One, I'm getting a lot of emotional stuff that's going on. I'm getting a lot of crying. I'm getting a lot of depression, or either that crying energy, like you feel like you want to cry. Um, so this could be a little bit of depression, but then I looked at a different deck and I'm seeing dead energy. Hey Damon, where you're at. So are you just cleansing your body or are you cleansing your whole space? Okay, so here's the thing. The energy is in your space. If you're going to do a spiritual cleanse on your body, you need to also cleanse the space. Because if it's something hiding in your house, all it's going to do is jump back on your ass when you get out the shower. So what I would do is cleanse your space first, open your doors, open your windows, smoke it out, salt your doorways, wait about 30 minutes, smoke it out, and use Palo Santo. Don't use sage. Um, Smoke it out, wait about 30 minutes, let the smoke dissipate. You can even use Vesta powder too. There's a lot of different ways you can smoke cleanse. Um, and then go in there and take a cleansing bath. And I feel like you need to go ahead and take it for at least 3 days because there's a dead energy, and it's making you feel like the weight of the world is on your shoulders, which means that you're probably tired. So it's like you have an energy in there that's draining you. I'm also getting too, you're getting a head attack. Two different energies though. I don't know if you sleep with your head covered. I don't know. You might want to get you a little cover or a little bonnet or something and start putting on your head at night. Um, because it is showing, and I don't know if it's the dead that's attacking your head or if there's another energy. Hold up. Spirit, is this dead around Rach? Is this the thing that's attacking your head at night? Up and down, yes. Stop for no. Okay, it's the dead. So dead spirit typically feeds off of you, feeds off of your energy. So it's something I've been feeling. I do sleep with my head covered. Okay, so let's cleanse out your space, smoke it out really good. Then I want you after that to salt your doorways and put, like, if you have a mat, and don't put a welcome mat. Nothing is welcomed. Um, Smoke it out. I don't know where you do. Do you live in a place that's old? Because I feel like a lot of energy is there. Um, ugh, I just feel like a lot of energy is there. Is there more than one spirit that's in the space that Rach is in? Up and down, yes. Stop for no. Thank you. Is there more than 3 spirits where Rach is? Up and down, yes. Stop for no. Is there more than 5 spirits where Rach is? Up and down, yes. Stop for no. So right off the bat, you have anywhere from 4 to 5 spirits, and they've been there for a long time. One of them is greedy, though. There's some in there that are just looking at you. They like your energy. They like sharing the space with you. It's one in there that is feeding off of you. Now, I don't want you to be afraid of that. I would sit down and talk to it. Like, you cool to stay here, but you got to get off of me. If you don't want to get off of me, then we need to move you on. Because if it's an old building, that spirit has probably been there for a long time. And I have a feeling that everybody that moves in there ends up feeling depleted because of that. It reminds me of that show. Remember that lady? Damn, what is that show? Dead Files? Dead Files. Where she used to go to places and she would tell you all the spirits that were in the space. There's some old spirits where you're at. One of them is really big, really strong. So let's go ahead and cleanse it out. Um, we can try Palo Santo first and see if that helps. We might have to go a little bit stronger than that. Try that first and then message me. Tell me if it feels a little bit better afterwards. You might have to get into a regular thing of just cleansing at night. I also would put salt around your bed. There are a lot of spirits that don't like to cross salt, and some spirits are very OCD that they gotta count everything before they can fuck with you. But this one is messing with you when you go to sleep, and it's draining you. It's doing something to your head at night. I don't think you're getting enough sleep. And I think at the end of the day, you're gonna feel like you need to go to therapy or get some type of help, and it's gonna be because of this spirit, because it's kind of fucking with you. But if it don't want to play right, I don't know, you might need to send it away. And here's the thing, it's been there for a long time. Somebody gonna have to go. If it's not gonna be the spirit, you might end up looking for another place. Ugh, all right, sweets. I hope that helped. Oh, I just felt like a whole bunch of a bunch of energy
Mm-hmm.
there. Do you feel it too?
No, it's
No,
not that I don't feel it. I'm trying not to feel it.
I got you. I got you. Let's ring my bell. Where my bell at? What I do with the bell? Now see, Rach, this would be me. Get the fuck out. Get the fuck out. Get the fuck out. Get the fuck out. Like we be going. I'd make a Congo line and be like, everybody coming out. But it's a bigger spirit. So we want to be a little bit more respectful with it. Like, okay, come on, you're not being nice. Let's move you on. And if it don't want to move on that way, then you might have a decision that you have to make. Because I'd be Congo line, dun dun, Congo line, dun dun. That would be a cool building to investigate, though. Rach, where you at? I might do a road trip and do my own dead files. Get in there and get my ass handed to me. I've been talking about, come on, get the fuck out. Come on, get the fuck out. Rach, where
They're
you
gonna
at? What state?
be like, you just got here. You get the fuck out. Like,
Yeah, well, if it tell me to get the fuck out, best believe I'm getting the fuck out. Yeah, I'm black. You ain't got to tell me twice. Oh, you in Buffalo. I'm planning to go to New York this year. I do plan to come up that way. So I don't know. Maybe I could do a little side quest. But I do feel like, babe, at some point I think you're gonna end up moving. It's a big spirit. It's a big spirit. And it might not go. I gotta be realistic. All right. It's on you, Anthony.
um, Amber Sunshine. I heard the best way to get over one is to get under another. Oof. When will I get some new banga or a love connection? Spirit says you don't really want any of that.
She don't. And I was
Mm-mm.
I, I was trying not to laugh because I was like, she ain't trying to give up that dick. She ain't trying to give it up.
Mm-mm. Spirit says you don't want any of that. Like you want to stay exactly where you are because exactly where you are hits all the spots and it cruise to the cruise to connect the dots and it literally has you out here living la vida loca. So um until you actually don't want what you currently have, Spirit said they are not bringing anything to you. So either you're gonna stay where you are, or you're gonna cut them off to get something new.
Well, I mean, if it ain't broke, why try to fix it? But I mean, mm, but I
Oh, I know
definitely.
Day was in here. Hey, Day.
You just not saying Day Day was in?
Ciao.
I think it's because of how all the messages are going. So let me do Shonda. I think Shonda, you were talking about going back to work or either staying home. Shonda Lee, what's going on, Spirit? Shonda, especially with work. You do a lot for your family. Commitment is on top of your family, but it does look like you want to bring some money in. Um, reconciliation is going back and doing something that you used to do. So I do feel like that you're gonna go back to work. And I feel like wherever you're going back to work, you know these people. You already either worked with them or you worked in that department before, or something with the environment, because reconciliation is on top of a job. Um, I do see sickness. So it could be that I don't know if you're going back for insurance benefits or whatever, or anything like that. I do feel like pace yourself, because it looks like you pour a lot into your family, and you also could be going somewhere and trying to pour a lot into a job. Um, Spirit is saying pace yourself. There's money coming in, and there's also some type of reconnection with people that you used to know that might actually be beneficial to you. Um, but don't try to do them both with 100%. I get it, especially if you love your family and you're doing everything for your family. it's really hard to kind of do, a job and take care of your family at 100%. So make sure you balance that energy, especially if there's sickness there.
Um, Shanda Arlee, I think that's how you say it. I'm desperate to know if I should take a job for public defender. I got no. You should not take that job.
See, that's the same one I just read for. So you got to know. I got to guess. Let's do a toss up.
Okay.
So, Shonda, because I did get reconciliation.
Yeah, the cards that I got that came out were empowerment, resilience. I don't remember what the third one was.
All right, let's see. Shonda, your daughter got a yes. Hmm.
So the card I just got says travel, like she needs to travel for work.
So maybe it's a little bit further out. I got 10 of Pentacles and I got 6 of Cups, which is going back to something from the past. So I don't know. You're gonna have to do the toss up with it. It could be too. I keep seeing something with the health, so I'm wondering if maybe Spirit is singing a no because there's a concern about maybe you finding balance or you balancing your energy. It could be that Anthony is seeing it from a protective angle, that maybe, because I mean, health is an issue. So I'm not sure. Let me go to the pendulum. Shonda Lee with this job, Spirit. Should she do it? Up and down, yes. Stop for no. I got a very slow yes. So I'm thinking that maybe we're picking up on something that is going to be an issue that you're going to have to either balance or transmute. If it's a different department, I still feel like, because it keeps showing people from the past, you're going to be connecting with somebody from the past. You may not stay at the job long term, though, because I do see something where you may end up moving on, or maybe it could be a health thing. I'm not sure. But if you do take it, I will say balance your energy, because if he's seeing a no, it might just be that there is something over exerting you, or you say no travel, but maybe the drive back and forth could be an issue. I don't know. I don't know. Very rarely do we see something different.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, it's me. I'm like, okay, you go. You just read. No, you did it. You did not.
Technically, I did, but it's okay because you.
No, technically you didn't, because it was kind of like I read and then you were kind of coming in like a no, and then I was like, well, let's look and revisit. So no, pick another name.
Well, our girl Tatil put another question in, and I just Tatil, baby girl, sweetheart.
What did
We
I
already
miss?
know what we already know what Emmanuel's intentions are for this year. It does not matter if he's saying he wants to get married and have a baby. We told you last year that man just wants to have a baby with you to trap you, to keep you bound to him.
Well, wait a minute. I'm missing something. I thought she was getting ready to fuck a doctor.
She asked about the doctor, and I answered that question. And so now she's asking this question. And so the thing of it is, I kind of feel like it's a follow up question, but it don't. Spirit is literally saying it doesn't matter what Emmanuel's intentions are because they're not good.
Okay. Well, I mean, you can't make something be something that it ain't. That ain't the way it work. All right. Let me see. I saw somebody. I think it was Sia. I noticed I'm aware of generational cycles that need to be broken. How can I break the cycles? So the first thing that came out was facing your fear. The second thing was unlocking a pattern, which means that something is being done over and over again. Now, this is your generation. You need to look at the pattern that was done before you. You know, there are certain families that do the same thing over and over. They deal with each other the same way. There's anger issues, there's alcoholism, there's pedophilia. There's a lot of different things that come in families that we see happen every generation because people turn their head or they pretend they don't see it or they don't want to deal with it. Um there's an emotional codependency on whatever this generational cycle is, which means that somebody has created it to look normal. So that when people want to break it or want to do something different, it feels like they're going against the grain. If you're going to break this cycle, then you have to really reset and start doing things a little differently. I didn't like the way my mom dealt with me as a child, so I made a conscious decision to be a different type of mother to my kids. Not saying that everything that my mom did was bad. Did I need to probably be hit with the switch a few times? Absolutely. Absolutely. But there were some things that I could have done without because I think they were very emotionally abusive as a young child. And because
Mhm.
I understood that as a young child, I knew I didn't want to grow up and do that same thing to my children. Sometimes people do that. They know that they were abused emotionally as a child. And so they're like, well, you know, I went through it. So my daughter is going to go through it, or my son is going to go through it because it didn't kill me. It made me stronger. Well, that's bullshit because it don't make you stronger. It just makes you broken. And people keep that shit going on from generation to generation. The card is saying unlock the pattern, which means there's a clear pattern to what this cycle is. You can see it. You can see it. It's saying face your fears, which means that you're going to have to do something that probably goes against the grain from your family, and they probably gonna be like you, the black sheep of the family, because you're trying to change it. Sometimes all you can do is start with you. It is showing something did happen in your past, and spirit is like make peace with it and keep moving on. You got to let something go, and it's showing let go of emotional codependency. Somebody is getting off of whatever it is. They're getting off on it. That's why the cycle is not being broken. That's why every generation is going through it because somebody's getting off on it, whatever that is. And we got to look at that. If you come from a family of alcoholics and everybody drinks, the alcohol is what people are getting off on. If you come from a generation of drug addicts, the drug is what people are getting off on. How do you stop that? You don't drink, you don't smoke, you don't do drugs. But you have to do that in your generation, and you have to teach your kids to do it in their generation to actually break the cycle. It's hard, but you can do it if you really want to do it. But I will say be prepared because it's opposition, which means that your family, some of them don't want to be, some of them don't want to come out the cycle.
Mhm.
So you might have to be strong enough to walk on by yourself and create a new thing. Sometimes the family splits. The cycle stays the same on one side and somebody goes and they get healed on the other. And maybe some people will come across. But some I can tell you right now, looking at your cards, some of your people complacent in whatever that trauma is. They're complacent. So it ain't gonna be easy, babe.
I can't even tell you like when my mom passed away, me and my mom weren't speaking. And so the fact that again I was outside of my uncle, but my uncle had like a really busy schedule and he didn't live like close by. Um I was basically the only one in proximity who could get to my mom who was in the hospital because no one knew like what was going on or whatever. And even after my mom passing, even now, 2 years later, there are family members who still don't talk to me because of whatever it was she was telling them when she was on the phone with them about me when she was still alive.
Yeah.
And so there were, family members who were just like, Lydia wasn't in her right mind at the end. Like Lydia was not all there. So you can't take what she was saying, you know, at
Right.
face value. And even with them knowing that, oh no, I believe her. Like so it's easier to believe that I'm just this low down dirty person than
Yeah.
to believe, oh, my sister was really, going through it mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, and all this other stuff, because then that means you, as her sibling, didn't do what you could have done on your part.
Mhm.
So it's easier to blame the son who was there and was used as a scapegoat. Because even now, literally, I still don't talk to my family, and my family don't talk to me. I talk to my younger brother, my older brother, and every now and then my grandmother. That's it.
But that's where spirit is saying the emotional codependency.
Yeah.
If they look at it your way, then they have to untangle the trauma that they became complacent in. And that's
Yeah.
a lot. That's a lot. You might untangle it, but you, like I say, you're gonna have some people that don't want to. And I
Mm-mm.
mean, trauma and fear is strong. That's why some people actually go to therapy, because they need that buffer, you know?
I mean, even at my mother's funeral, my aunt, who is my mother's whole sister, because they share, a mother and father, she wouldn't even look at me. Like
Wow.
we're in the church, we're at the she would not. Anytime like she would have to like look in my direction, she would close her eyes. She did not want to see me.
Dang, based off of what your mom said.
Because there were times when me and my mom, like when we would fall out, like she'd be on the phone with that aunt, and that aunt would be like, well, A, B, and C. And mother would be like, well, that doesn't matter because that's not what I want. He's not going to do what I want, so he has to go. Like, but again, you know that I have nowhere to go. So, like, I'll never forget one time when my mom had kicked me out. She literally said to me, because I said to her, I was like, well, you kicked me out, like, I have nowhere to go. She was like, oh, I was in the shelter. You could do it too.
Yeah,
Like, mom, yeah.
but it goes back, and that's a prime example of a parent who feels like because they went through that struggle that you have
Hmm.
to go through that. You
Yeah.
don't have to, or you shouldn't even want your kids to go through that. I don't want my kids to hurt the way that I've hurt in life. I would prefer that they don't. They got other ways to build characters. They got their own shit that's gonna come in and build whatever
Hmm.
character they need. They don't need me rehashing my pain on top of them. That's just not beneficial. But I think that's when you start knowing that you're healing, when you know that you don't want that to continue. You know,
Yeah.
and sometimes you can break it. You can, whether it's just you, you know, for your family, for your generation, and for the next. They
I
just don't know
mean,
how wonderful you are.
I mean, I've come to the realization right before the new year that a lot of what I went through as a kid and even as an adult with my family was because my mother was stirring the pot behind the scenes. And now that she is not here to stir the pot, I'm not going through any of that stuff. And so it's just very telling because this is the same woman who will sit and have conversations with me about the same people,
Yeah.
but then you're going to these people to talk about me. So you're building a wall because now you're expecting me to feel some type of way about how they treated you when you were growing up. And you're saying, like, oh, I can see how they treated you, how they're treating you was similar to how I was being treated. But you're keeping it going because you're the one who is giving them the information or the ammunition or whatever you want to call it. So my relationship with my mother was just very peculiar to say the least. But I also realized too that in those final years where like I really just took the opportunity to just pull back and not really be around her as much, for me it was very peaceful. It was definitely hard the day that, she passed, or not even the day that she passed, but the day that she ended up going into the hospital. And the only reason I remember that she went into the hospital on December 19th was because this is how long ago it was. I was doing like a daily poll on TikTok. And on that day, the card that came up was literally like preparing you for a transition of death because death is at your door. And when I pulled the card, I looked at the card and I just stopped. And then when I went to read the card, like I kept reading it, and I'm just like, my mother's about to go. And lo and behold, she had been in the hospital for like 3 days before we knew she was there. And when I got there, the doctors was just like, we brought her back and there's nothing we can do for her. So it was just one of those things to where I'm thankful that I was able to kind of get the heads up, but definitely it was hurtful because the last conversation that I had with my mother was me saying to her, like, what is it that you want to do? Like, because you're living in squalor and you're not going to dialysis, you're not taking your medications. Like,
Right.
if you are no longer willing to fight, we can get you somewhere to make you comfortable in this transition. And she would never say that that's what she wanted. All she kept saying was, I'm tired. And I mean, I get it. You were on dialysis for 15 years and
Jeez.
you just, my mother was a strong woman, but my mother was also a woman who, as a air sign, she just, information was key to her. And they could never give her any information as to why her kidneys failed. And so she was just like, okay, well, why am I sick? And it was never a concrete answer. And so she didn't take it seriously. She went to dialysis when she wanted to. She ate foods that she shouldn't have ate. She did what she wanted to as a rebellious Aquarius woman. And in the end, she was able to push on for 15 years, but that was it. Like after a certain point, she just was like, I don't want to do this no more. But she would never say that she wanted to die. She just said, I was tired.
I don't think a lot of people say they want to die. I think they get creative with how they want to, like you say, transition.
Yeah.
Um, One of the life lessons that I think we learn, what I've learned being here for a long time, is we idolize our parents, even when they're abusive. We
Mm-hmm.
idolize them, and we still feel obligated to keep our energy open because they gave us life. A lot of
Mm-hmm.
people are abused by the matriarch energy in their family, a lot more than the patriarch energy of the family.
I
Mothers
agree.
have very volatile relationships with their daughters and their sons. And I think that we always want to give a pass because she brought us into this world. She was our life force. But sometimes you have to be, like Spirit said, the emotional codependency. As a child, it makes sense, but as an adult, it does not. Because as an adult, you're supposed to be able to start separating what's healthy and what's unhealthy
Mm-hmm.
and putting your boundaries up. I love you, but no, I'm not going to do this. I love you, but no, you're not going to talk to me like this. I love you, but no, you're not going to shoot my dreams down. Um, I always feel sad when I read for people and I see that they are allowing a parent to abuse them because they think that's the way it's supposed to go. She's supposed to, he's supposed to. No, 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 no. Because you're not supposed to do that to your kid. And I ain't gonna
Exactly.
even, I mean, I'm a mother. I have not always been the best mother. I've had a lot of emotional immaturity, a lot of growing up to do. I was 20, what was that, 23 when I had my kid, when I had my first one.
Mm-hmm.
Shit, I ain't know what the fuck I was doing. I didn't. I grew into a better mother, and it was because I knew what I didn't want to be.
Right.
But that still did not negate the times that I fucked up as a mother. And my kids have always been honest with, okay, we're gonna stop talking to you, keep acting like this, you a little crazy, and you need that.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm glad that I fostered a relationship where we can do that, but not everybody can. Sia has a
Mm-mm.
lot. If we get back to her energy, Sia has a lot of cycles to break, and not all of them are going to be broken. But I also feel like too, sometimes you have to move in that direction of I'm not going to idolize the elders in this abuse, and I'm
Yeah.
going to go ahead and cut ties, and I'm going to create a healing atmosphere so that from this point on, people that want to come and heal can come heal. The people that don't want to do it, you ain't got to force nobody to heal. If people want to stay stuck in that gossip and all that negative stuff and die in that energy, that's what they choose. That's what they
And I think,
absolutely choose.
yeah, because I think also what people fail to realize too is, especially when it comes to the elders, like with my grandmother, we did not get along when I was younger, like at all. Just something about her Taurus energy and my Aquarius energy, it did not mix, like from jump. Like I can remember growing up when it was just like my grandmother would say, "Oh, she loved to babysit me," and I'm just like, "Well, that's weird because I can't stand you now." So like, why, as a
Mhm.
baby, like was I just this amazing child for you to babysit? And come to find out, she used to love babysitting me because all I did was sleep. I would wake up, and if she came into the room to check on me or whatever, I laid back down and went to sleep.
Oh,
But
because you
if
didn't
somebody
like
else,
her.
because I did not like her, but if somebody else came into that room, I would reach up, like, okay, come get me out of here. Like, but if it was her, I'm gonna take another nap, like every single time. And so she enjoyed babysitting me because all I did was sleep.
You were easy.
But even now, like as an adult, I'm realizing me and my grandmother are closer because in her getting older, she's softer.
Of course.
And when it's just me and her, she always takes that opportunity to, I could have been a better grandmother. And like I say to her, I'm like, being a grandmother is just like being a mother. There's no handbook. You did what you thought is what you were supposed to do. That's just the outcome. Now, we're in a place where we're getting our relationship together. But I also know too, I don't get that softer woman when everybody's around. So
Hmm.
it's also one of those things to where it's like, if I can't get that with everyone, I don't want it at all.
That makes sense. And I think a lot of people are like that. We don't hijack the whole thing, but I feel like
We
you
do.
needed to share that. I do feel like you needed to share that. So maybe somebody needed to hear it. Um, I always feel like spirit kind of makes things happen when it needs to happen. So that's interesting that we kind of went to mother energy tonight. 'Cause
Hmm.
maybe some healing needs to be done with the maternal side of our families. I definitely, I mean, it's needed for a lot of people. It really is.
I agree.
I don't know. I don't know.
Um, did you read for Miss Vacay though?
I didn't. I did not.
Oh, I don't know if you were about to end it, but really quickly, she said, "Should I go on this road trip to Alabama with my ex? I keep having mixed feelings." I got no. You should not go on the trip, Miss Vacay, only because
Mm.
financially he is not even in a position where he should be on the trip. So I feel like Spirit is saying, don't go on the trip because he's going to try to have you come out of pocket way more than you should.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, that ain't good. That's not good. All right, but yeah, I am. I'm gonna end it here. Sorry, you guys. If we did not get to you, I will be back next Friday. And we will do this again. So thank you so much for being here. And I know we had some deep readings tonight. We had some stuff that kind of touched some parts. Whenever you ask, and I think I'm gonna share this real quick, and then I'll be gone. I think anytime that you're getting a reading, I know it's always about the love, the money, and things like that. Those are the main things that we want to hear about. But sometimes the question is, how do I break the cycle?
Mm-hmm.
How do I come out of this? Because once you do that, then you see the money open up. Then you see the love come in, because sometimes we're just stuck, and we're stuck in an energy that can be cleansed, or it can be broken, or it can be moved out the way. So, I'm just putting it out there. Like, sometimes you do need to go, if you get readings and stuff like that, sometimes you do need to go a little deeper. How do I get out of this shit? How do I stop this? That's how I started changing things around. I started asking some very difficult questions. And then I went to therapy too. So don't be afraid to do this. Cycles are meant to be broken. If you're stuck, you don't need to be stuck. You don't have to stay stuck in it. You do not.
And now also, just again, just to add on top of it, for my people who, are considering therapy, but they're just unsure, understand therapy is like trying on shoes. You're gonna go through a few therapists before you find that right pair.
True.
Like, just because you get a therapist, don't think you gotta stay with that therapist.
Yeah.
Because ironically, I had a therapist, me and a therapist did not connect. And my therapist was a black man. Ended up with a white woman, and literally she was more understanding to my black plight than the black man
Yeah.
was. So sometimes you just gotta,
Be
try the
open.
different flavors. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, I agree. I absolutely agree. All right, my sir, how do they get a hold of you if they want to book a reading with you?
So you can call me person. No, I'm just joking. Y'all can hit me up here on Facebook. Y'all can hit me up on YouTube. Everything is at Thee Heaux Tarot. Instagram, TikTok. DM me. Like, I literally respond to all my DMs. I even get people who literally will send me nasty DMs, and I've been like, oh wow, that's a.
No.
But like, just understand. If you message me, I will respond. So what I'm saying is, choose your platform, hit me up, and we could just go from there. Even if you just want to shoot the breeze, we can shoot the breeze.
I love it. Don't do that to me. I be too busy. Call Anthony.
I'm available. I am available.
People be messaging me in the morning talking about shit. I have a cigarette. Like, what the fuck? Like,
What?
don't do that. Like, yeah, should I smoke today? Like, what? Like, yeah, don't do that to me. Call Anthony. Anthony is the one. Hit him up. All right, y'all. I love y'all. Mwah. Bye. Let me end this stream.